Hello everyone, welcome to Shivam Sir to the Rescue. It's my first video on this new channel. I've decided that I'll post videos weekly or maybe bi-monthly. I'll try to post different videos on language, accounts, Merchant of Venice, Tempest, whatever I could find. Today we'll tackle active-passive voice. I'm starting with a very simple one just to test. Okay, so let's start active-passive voice. So today we'll tackle active-passive voice. Now imagine whatever is happening in front of you, not imagine actually, whatever I'm doing in front of you, try to frame it into a sentence. So this is a pen and I'm Shivam Sir. So what if I'm doing this? So if you want to frame this in a sentence, obviously you'll say that Shivam Sir drops a pen. Now this sentence can be divided in three parts. First, the subject, which is Shivam Sir, then the verb, which is drops, and then the object, which is the pen. A pen in this case, sorry, a pen. And if I can divide this in three parts, I can also say that I can find out there is someone who is doing the action, doing the verb. If I'll ask you who is dropping the pen, so you will say it is Shivam Sir. He is the doer of the action. And if I'll ask you who is receiving the action, who is being dropped, it is obviously the pen or a pen in this case. So with this example, we can easily frame the definition of active voice, which is in a sentence, if the doer of the action is in the subject, the verb is said to be in active voice. So we can easily divide the subject, verb, and the object here. The subject and the doer is Shivam Sir. The verb is drops. Shivam Sir is in red, the drops is in yellow. And the object, which is in green, which is a pen, also the receiver of the action. Now let's look at the same sentence, or let's write the same sentence in a different way. Now, what if I write it in this way? A pen is dropped by Shivam Sir. The meaning is same. What has changed? If I divide it in subject, verb, and object, this time a pen will be the subject, okay, since it's before the verb. Is dropped will be the verb, and by Shivam Sir will be the object. But these things have changed, obviously. In the previous sentence, Shivam Sir was the subject, a pen was the object. But who is the doer of the sentence? Has the doer changed? Who is dropping the pen? It is still Shivam Sir, and who's being dropped? It's actually the pen. So the receiver of the action is still the pen, and the doer of the action is Shivam Sir. So with this example, we can understand the second second type of voice, which is passive voice. And the definition will be that in a sentence, if the doer is in the object, and then the verb is said to be in passive voice. So here also we can easily distinguish the red. A pen is the subject in this case. It's changed from the previous sentence, but it's still the receiver of the action. It is still being dropped. Is dropped is the verb. It is changed. We'll discuss how is it changed. And by Shivam Sir is the object, but still Shivam Sir is the doer of the action. He is dropping the pen. Let's look at the changes, like what are the rules when we are changing a sentence from active to passive. So now let's understand a few rules which we have to focus on while converting from active to passive. Two sentences are here, by the way. The two sentences, first one is in active, Shivam Sir drops a pen, and second one is in passive, a pen is dropped by Shivam Sir. So if we'll focus, the first change that we can see is that the subject is the object and the object is the subject. That switch is there. The second change, we can see that the verb is in its third form, the past participle form. Just like for go, it is gone, go, went, gone, go the present form, went the past form, and the past participle form, gone. Sing, sang, sung. Sing is the present form, sang is the past form, and sung is the past participle form. Similarly, dropped is sometimes the past form and the past participle form are similar, so dropped is the past participle form. So we have to use the third form of the verb when we're converting from active to passive. Also, we have to add a helping verb depending on the tense of the sentence. If the sentence is in present tense, as it is here, Shivam Sir drops a pen, we will use the helping verb is. And two extra rules are there. If the sentence is of perfect tense or continuous tense, first of all, continuous tense, then we will use the word being, B-E-I-N-G. I will show you in the next slide how we'll do that. And if the sentence in perfect tense, if it's in perfect tense, for example, like present perfect or past perfect, we will use the word B-E-E-N in the passive voice, been in the passive voice. So we'll look at a few examples and I'll explain to you how it is being converted. Hope it helps. Okay, so let's look at some examples, and we'll also focus who is the doer in the example and how it is being converted. So basically, we try to look at an example in every tense which we can find. So as you can see, the first one, they make Fords in Cologne. It's a simple present tense sentence. They make Fords in Cologne. They, doer of the action, making. They are making. Who's making? They are making. So doer of the action. Hence, we have active voice over here. Now, they make Fords. In Cologne is an add-on. Okay, we'll just write it. We'll just copy it the way it is. We will switch they and Fords. So Ford, since it is simple present, are Fords plural. So are made in Cologne. Made by made, third form of the verb, past participle. Fords are made in Cologne. By them is understood. We can ignore it also. No need to write it. Next one, Susan is cooking dinner. Okay, Susan is cooking dinner. Again, who is the doer? Susan. She is cooking dinner. And dinner is the object here in this case, in the active voice sentence. So we start with dinner. Dinner is, since it is continuous tense, present continuous, being cooked by Susan. Okay, next one, James Joyce wrote dubliners, a simple past sentence. James Joyce wrote, he is the doer of the action, active voice sentence. When we convert it, obviously the object dubliners will become the subject. So dubliners was written. Why we are adding was? Because we have to add a helping verb, and this is a sentence which is in past tense. So was, dubliners is singular, so was, dubliners was written because third form of the verb write, wrote is there because it is past tense, simple past form, and will become write, wrote, written. The third form we'll use in passive voice. So dubliners was written by James Joyce. Moving on, they were painting the house when I arrived. Now you have to see here that they were painting the house. They, doer, were painting, verb, the house, object. When I arrived those are just add-on. We have to copy them blindly. We don't have to look there, okay? So they were painting the house will become the subject. The house, now since it's the house, singular, it was they earlier, that's why were, but now it's the house, which is singular. The house was being painted by them. Why being? Because again, it is past continuous, and in continuous tense, we'll use the word being, B-E-I-N-G. And we'll also use the third form of the verb, which is painted. Okay? Fifth one, they have produced over 20 models in the past 2 years. Again, they have produced over 20 models. We have a doer, we have a receiver. They have produced, in present perfect tense, they are the doer, over 20 models, receiver. What has been produced? Over 20 models. In the past 2 years will just be copied blindly. So it'll become over 20 models have been produced in the past 2 years. No need to write by them. Even if you write by them, it's not wrong though, but you can ignore it. No need to write it. They are going to build a new factory in Portland. Again, they are going to. So this is future. They're talking about the future. They are going to build. This is technically simple future, by the way. They are going to build a new factory in Portland. Technically, these are the sentences which have infinitive. To build is an infinitive. Now, always remember, whenever you see an infinitive, to build, you always have to add the word be, be, the simple form of the verb, like present form of the verb be. After being, been, be. So what do you have to do here? They are going to build a new factory in Portland. A new factory is going to be built in Portland. A new factory, since that was the object in the previous sentence, in the active voice sentence, it will be the subject over here. A new factory is going to be built in Portland. I will finish tomorrow. Now, I will finish it tomorrow. Okay, so it is the object. I am the doer of the action. We'll switch it. It will be finished tomorrow. Now, what is the helping verb for the future tense? It is always be. So it will be finished tomorrow. You can add by me or you can ignore it, and the sentence is converted to passive voice. So these are a few examples. There are many examples on the net. Any doubts you have, make sure to ask me in the comments. This is it. Active passive voice. It's very easy to convert if you identify which is the doer, which is the subject, which is the receiver and the object, and how the verb is and which form the verb is. It'll be very easy for you. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you for understanding. I hope you understood. I hope this helped. I will try to post more videos on a weekly basis, perhaps. Fingers crossed. I'll try. So any doubts, ask me in the comments. If you didn't like it, if you liked it, please fill in the comments whatever you want to write. I welcome all kinds of criticism. Thank you, children. Thank you. I hope I made something easy for you. So this is Shivam Sir to the rescue, signing out. Bye.